めた午前5時非常階段で爪を噛む明日はどっちだだってヘスカ
Back to my anime reviews. Basically, every week I will try to watch an anime or rewatch an anime and then review it for you guys. Like I've said before, anime like One Piece, Bleach, and Fairy Tail will probably not be reviewed because they would take me way too long for me to get into the story and watch every single episode and then review it for you guys. Maybe one day, maybe when I plan things out a lot more, but for now, no. So let's get straight to the main point. I promised 2 reviews this week, and because I promised, I shall deliver. This won't be a super long review though. This week, we'll be talking about the OVA special for the game Persona 5 called Persona 5 The Daybreakers. It's pretty much a prequel, or moreover, what goes on in the middle of the game as a little kind of quest. But from what I know, it's not really canon. It's just a little taste of what the style of the game is going to be like. And of course, there's no dubs at the moment, so only subs. Like I've said before, there's only one OVA that we're covering, and some stuff I usually talk about in these reviews will probably not be too important since it's a standalone OVA, separate from the main story of Persona 5. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's get straight into it. Like usual, I will only be explaining the most important points of the anime, like characters, story, settings, relationship, voice acting, animations, music, and the genre, and you always start with the genre here. It's pretty much an action anime. If it was a complete series, there would be school life in there. If you've played any Persona games, you would know a bunch of other stuff. But for the OVA, it's just really an action anime. There is a bit of blood and guts along the way, though, so just warning. Now for the setting, it's pretty much Tokyo, but it shows more of the darker side of Tokyo with corrupt corporations and corrupt people in the city itself. Now for the characters, this is a separate story from the game. We still have the main characters with a few characters that are important to the OVA only and will probably never show up again. And since it's literally a 25-minute OVA, there isn't much time to develop a character, so instead of going over each and every character, I'm going to be going over the 2 groups of characters in the anime, not pointing out specific people other than one person we'll talk about in a second. So, first is the Phantom Thieves, our main cast and the heroes of our story. They're a group of high schoolers who are known for fighting against the corrupt society they live in. They apparently steal hearts, or more so, someone's darker side or thoughts to help cleanse them of how society has rotted their hearts and minds. It's pretty weird. Second are the Unnamed Thieves. They're just a group of misfits that became a group of thieves because their leader can pick locks and suggested doing it once, but after it was successful, the group got really cocky and they continued robbing places with low security. Only their leader is really important though. Kazuya Makigami is their leader, but for someone who leads a group of thieves, he seems pretty soft and seems like he's pushed around by the others in the group a lot. Now for the story. There's this app or like website called Ask a Thief channel where people can go and post requests and ask for help of the Phantom Thieves, and they will help those who they deem need it. This is just one of those cases. Now for the animations. Persona anime have always tried to follow a certain style related to the style that the game is shown in. Persona 3's theme was death and focused on darker, more tinted colors like darker blue, darker green. Persona 4's theme was truth and focused on brighter colors like gold and yellow that were symbols of truth. Persona 5's theme this time is slavery related to not just literal slavery, but also those who are enslaved by society and societal ideals, and way more ways that you can interpret that. Persona 5 has a large emphasis on the colors red, black, and white, which are usual colors that represent those who are rebelling against society. Black and white can be connected to jail clothing and gothic clothing, which are meant to rebel society's way of style, from what I know, while red is literally the symbolizing blood, violence, anger, and rebellion itself. The way that the animators recreate the style you'll see in the game into a beautiful and amazingly smooth animation is just what I like to see in a Persona-related animation. Just like every other Persona-related anime, it was amazing. Now for the voice actors, I'm actually really glad the animation happened. Why? Because it meant I could sample the voice actors how they sounded before the game. Of course, there is a chance that we won't be getting the dub and sub choice, but the PR guys over at Atlas are trying their real hardest to get us both the English dub and the English sub. But there's things going on. But anyways, I actually really like these voice actors. I recognize most of them from previous anime, and they all have a lot of experience and skill, and they really fit the characters they play really well. Whether they were memorable or not doesn't really matter, since this is just an OVA, and it isn't really special right now. It's only the game that will truly determine whether these characters are memorable or not, so only time can tell. Now for the music. Meguro Shoji Sensei is literally a god when it comes to music. Every single track is fucking amazing. It's full of hype, full of that Persona feel, but still feels like it's a part of its own world, part of Persona 5. I love all the music, man. Now as a rating part of these reviews, as a rating I will split it up into 5 different categories: the voice acting, animation, story, characters, and overall enjoyability. Voice acting is where we always start here. It's going to be 20 out of 20. We finally got a taste of these voice actors for the new Persona game in anime form, and I swear these guys are doing a fantastic job. I really hope the PR team can get us that DLC dub, but it probably won't work out, but there is always hope. But yeah, they were amazing. Animations, 20 out of 20. The animations were just what I expect from a Persona animation with its own Persona 5 feel to it. Perfectly the way I wanted it. Story, 20 out of 20. For what it's worth, I thought it was a really good way to ease us in to get a feeling of what Persona 5 is going to be like. The way the story is in the episode and how it flows is done really well. The surprises were actually surprising too. Everything was really well done. Characters, 20 out of 20. This part of the review is pretty much only my first impressions on the characters, since development-wise, we don't really get any since it's only a 25-minute OVA. That said, my first impressions on our heroes is that I really like them. I also like the villain and his motives, but that's besides the point. He probably will never show up again. The main cast really looks really good right now, and I'm really excited to explore their stories in the game when it comes out in North America. Enjoyability, 15 out of 20. I had a lot of fun watching it, yes, but I wanted more. Not in the sense that, oh wow, it was so awesome that I wanted more. More like, I feel like it was too short and that we didn't get enough content for me to really think it was the best thing ever. I was expecting like a 55-minute OVA special, but instead we got half of that, and it feels a bit incomplete. I wanted more from this, but other than that, it was great. Overall score, 95 out of 100, 95%. Persona 5's hype is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I'm really excited for the game too. An A+ grade for this anime. I hope you enjoyed the video. In the description, there should be a link to watch it over on Crunchyroll. Thank you guys for watching. ScottyPF may be out. See you guys next time.